buzz, the excitement, the potential for a financial revolution. Bitcoin, Ethereum, these names are now practically household terms. They represent the leading edge of a new digital frontier. But beyond the names and the headlines, what are Layer 1 and Layer 2? What do these terms really mean in the context of blockchain technology? Think of a blockchain at its core as a super secure digital record book, a ledger of transactions that's virtually tamper-proof. This record book isn't stored in one place. It's copied and maintained by computers worldwide, creating a distributed network. This foundational structure, this base layer, is your Layer 1, the main highway where all fundamental transactions happen, where the core rules of the blockchain are enforced. It's decentralized, meaning no single person or company controls it, ensuring transparency and security. The power is distributed among the users. But when too many people use it, when the network becomes incredibly popular, it gets slow and expensive, leading to frustrating delays and high transaction fees. Just like a traffic jam on a busy city highway during rush hour. That's precisely where Layer 2 comes in, offering a solution to this congestion problem. Think of it as an express lane built on top of the main highway, designed to alleviate the traffic and speed things up. Layer 2 solutions help Layer 1 handle more traffic by processing transactions off-chain, reducing the load on the main network. This makes transactions significantly faster and cheaper, improving the overall user experience. They don't replace Layer 1, they're not meant to be a complete substitute. They work with it, complementing its capabilities and enhancing its performance. This teamwork is crucial for making crypto usable for everyone, ensuring that it can handle the demands of a global user base. Layer 1 is the foundation, the bedrock upon which the entire system is built. Layer 2 is the upgrade, the enhancement that makes it all more efficient. Together, they scale up blockchain for real-world use, paving the way for mass adoption and innovative applications. So, next time you hear Layer 1 or Layer 2 in a conversation about blockchain, just remember, the core concept is simple. It's all about making crypto faster, cheaper, and more accessible to people all around the world. That's the basics of blockchain layers, demystified. Let's dig deeper into Layer 1 blockchains. These are the main standalone blockchains, self-sufficient, responsible for their own security and consensus. Think of them as the operating system for a decentralized internet. Bitcoin is the original Layer 1 designed for secure, peer-to-peer money. Ethereum expanded the idea, adding smart contracts so developers can build decentralized apps. Other Layer 1s, Solana, Cardano, Avalanche, Polkadot, each offer unique features like faster speeds or different governance. The key Layer 1s don't rely on any other blockchain for their core operations. All transactions are ultimately settled on this main chain, making them robust and secure. But this focus on security and decentralization comes with a trade-off: scalability. Popular Layer 1s can get slow and expensive as demand grows. That's the challenge Layer 2s are designed to solve. Let's see why scalability matters. Imagine a city with only one main road, everyone's stuck in traffic. That's what happens to blockchains like Ethereum when too many people use them at once. Network congestion slows transactions to a crawl, sometimes for hours. Gas fees, the price to send a transaction can skyrocket from a few dollars to 50 or more. This makes using the blockchain expensive and frustrating, especially for small transactions. High fees and slow speeds are a huge barrier to mainstream adoption. For crypto to go global, it needs to be fast, cheap, and easy, just like the internet. If every online action cost $10 and took an hour, no one would use it. That's why solving scalability is critical. Without it, blockchain stays niche. We need a better way to handle more users and transactions. That's where Layer 2 comes in. Let's see how it works. Layer 1s are secure, but they get crowded and expensive. Layer 2 solutions are the express lanes, built to make blockchains faster and cheaper. They take a big chunk of transactions off the main chain, process them separately, then settle the results back on Layer 1. You still get the security of Layer 1, but with the speed and low cost of Layer 2. Imagine opening a tab with friends. You settle up once, instead of every time you pay. Layer 2's bundle transactions, then post a summary to Layer 1. This means more users, more transactions, and lower fees. It's essential for scaling crypto to global use. Layer 2 makes blockchain practical for payments, DeFi, and gaming. The result? A system that's both secure and scalable. Let's look under the hood at how these solutions work. So, you've heard about Layer 2 solutions, but how do they actually work under the hood? What are the mechanisms that allow them to process transactions faster and more efficiently than the main blockchain? Well, there are a few main approaches to achieving this scalability, each with its own unique architecture and set of trade-offs. Understanding these approaches is key to grasping the potential of Layer 2 technologies. Rollups are a big one. Think of them as compressing lots of individual transactions into a single, concise summary. This summary is then posted to the main Layer 1 blockchain. Optimistic rollups operate on the assumption that transactions are valid unless someone actively challenges them. This innocent until proven guilty approach streamlines the validation process. This optimistic approach is what makes them so fast, as transactions are processed quickly without requiring immediate intensive verification. ZK rollups, on the other hand, use advanced cryptography known as zero-knowledge proofs to definitively prove that transactions are valid. They do this without revealing any of the underlying transaction details, making them super secure, incredibly efficient, and preserving user privacy. Sidechains represent another approach. They are essentially independent blockchains that are connected to the main Layer 1 blockchain through a bridge. This allows them to be specifically optimized for speed and for offering significantly lower transaction fees compared to the main chain. A prime example of this is Polygon POS, which functions as a popular and widely used sidechain connected to the Ethereum network. Then we have state channels such as Bitcoin's Lightning Network, which offer a different scaling solution. These channels allow users to conduct multiple transactions off-chain, only settling the final balance on the main Layer 1 blockchain when they're done. This approach is particularly well suited for scenarios involving frequent small payments, like micropayments for content or services. It's important to remember that each of these methods has its own unique set of strengths, weaknesses, and inherent trade-offs. Ultimately, the overarching goal is to scale up the number of transactions that a blockchain can handle, all without sacrificing the fundamental principles of security and decentralization. The landscape of Layer 2 technologies is incredibly diverse and constantly evolving, but all of these solutions share a common aim: to make blockchain technology faster, more affordable, and more accessible to everyone. Now that we've explored the underlying mechanisms, let's dive into some real-world examples of Layer 2 solutions in action. Which projects and organizations are leading the charge and pushing the boundaries of Layer 2 innovation in 2024? Let's dive into the exciting world of Layer 2 projects and explore some real-world examples that are already making waves. We're going to look at projects that are not just theoretical concepts, but are actively being used and are demonstrating the potential of Layer 2 solutions to revolutionize blockchain technology. These projects are making a tangible impact in 2024, showcasing how Layer 2 solutions are addressing some of the biggest challenges facing blockchain technology today, such as scalability and high transaction fees. They're paving the way for wider adoption and unlocking new possibilities for decentralized applications. When it comes to Ethereum, Polygon is a massive player. It's one of the most well-known and widely used Layer 2 solutions in the Ethereum ecosystem. Polygon is offering a comprehensive suite of scaling solutions designed to enhance the performance and efficiency of the Ethereum network. This includes a popular sidechain that offers faster and cheaper transactions, as well as ZK EVM rollups, which provide enhanced security and scalability through zero-knowledge proofs. Polygon's versatility makes it a go-to choice for many developers. Arbitrum and Optimism are two other prominent Layer 2 solutions that utilize optimistic rollups, a technology that allows for faster and cheaper transactions by assuming transactions are valid unless proven otherwise. This approach allows users to seamlessly interact with Ethereum dApps, enjoying the same functionality and security as the main chain, but with significantly improved performance. Users can now execute complex smart contracts and perform transactions for a fraction of the cost and time, compared to transacting directly on the Ethereum mainnet. Many DeFi or decentralized finance and NFT projects, which involve non-fungible tokens, are now choosing to run on these Layer 2 networks. This shift provides a better user experience by reducing congestion and lowering transaction fees, making these platforms more accessible and appealing to a wider audience. Shifting our focus to Bitcoin, we find that the Lightning Network enables instant and nearly free payments, a significant improvement over traditional Bitcoin transactions. This makes it perfect for small, everyday purchases, like buying a cup of coffee or paying for a small item at a store. This functionality makes Bitcoin practical for everyday use, expanding its utility beyond just a store of value. It transforms Bitcoin from being seen solely as digital gold to a viable option for everyday transactions. Looking ahead, new projects like Starknet and ZK Sync are at the forefront, pushing the boundaries of what's possible with ZK rollups, a cutting-edge technology that enhances both scalability and privacy. The Layer 2 space is evolving at an incredibly fast pace, with new innovations and improvements emerging constantly. This rapid development is fueled by constant innovation and healthy competition among different projects, all striving to provide the best possible solutions. Ultimately, these solutions are solving real problems that have hindered the widespread adoption of blockchain technology. By making transactions faster, cheaper, and more efficient, they are making crypto more accessible and user-friendly for everyone. Therefore, keeping a close eye on these projects and their progress is key to understanding the future trajectory of crypto. By observing their development and adoption, we can gain valuable insights into where the crypto world is headed and what innovations to expect in the coming years. Layer 2 solutions are undoubtedly driving the next wave of adoption, paving the way for a more scalable, efficient, and accessible blockchain ecosystem. So, let's take a closer look at how these Layer 2 technologies are transforming the landscape of DeFi and NFTs, and what impact they're having on the broader crypto market. The impact of Layer 2 solutions is already huge, and it's only going to grow as these technologies continue to mature and become more widely adopted. Why do Layer 2s matter for DeFi and NFTs? Because they make both affordable and accessible. DeFi, decentralized finance, relies on fast, cheap transactions for lending, trading, and more. High Layer 1 fees make DeFi unusable for most people. Layer 2s cut costs to just cents, enabling more users and complex strategies. NFTs, unique digital art, collectibles, and game items, also need cheap transactions. On Layer 1, minting or trading NFTs can cost more than the NFT itself. Layer 2s make minting and trading NFTs fast and affordable. This opens the door for more artist collectors and new NFT-based games. Layer 2s democratize access, fueling growth and innovation. DeFi and NFTs thrive when blockchain is fast and cheap. That's the power of Layer 2. Layer 2s are a big leap forward, but they're not perfect. Some rely on a single sequencer to batch transactions, which can introduce centralization risks. Developers are working to decentralize these systems, but it's a work in progress. Layer 2 tech is new. Bugs or vulnerabilities can still be discovered. Moving assets between Layer 1 and Layer 2 often uses bridges, which can be risky or slow. Withdrawing funds from some Layer 2s can take days, adding inconvenience. Bridges have been targets for hackers, so always use reputable ones. Understand the risks before diving in. Even with these challenges, Layer 2s are pushing crypto forward. So, what's the verdict? It's not Layer 1 versus Layer 2. They're partners. Layer 1 is the foundation, secure, decentralized, and the final source of truth. Layer 2 is the upgrade, making blockchain fast, cheap, and usable for everyone. Together, they unlock crypto's true potential. Layer 1's focus on security, Layer 2's focus on speed and scale. This teamwork is what will drive mainstream adoption. DeFi, NFTs, and payments all benefit from this synergy. The future of crypto depends on both layers working together. It's not about choosing one, it's about understanding how they complement each other. That's how blockchain will scale to billions. The decentralized future is being built, layer by layer.